Hey everybody, have an unboxing today. I believe this is probably the Raspberry Rose version of the LG V30. I'm not exactly sure, but I got this package just today and it said it was from LG in Korea. So, pretty sure that's what it is. Very nice box. I don't think this is the consumer box. This is probably for reviewers or people who are friends of LG. Holy shit, okay. Wow, okay. Okay, these are not real flowers, I don't think. But this is a very nice box. So the LG V30, I've obviously am familiar with the phone. I used it for months. And I made a whole video about how the phone's a little bit underrated because some of the American tech reviewers are so snarky about LG. And if you follow smartphone news, you've probably heard the unfortunate news that LG will basically not release phones at a regular rate anymore, meaning they're not going to have a phone out the same time Samsung has a phone out, like two phones a year. Instead, they're going to release a phone whenever LG sees fit. According to people at LG, like they'll just release when there's consumer need. Like, that's obviously a nice way to put it. A realistic way to look at it, it's the phones just, they're not making money, so the boss is telling them to stop putting out so many phones. And unfortunately, that's bad news for people like me and some of you viewers who actually like LG phones. So I'm gonna continue more on this later. Let's finish the unboxing. Okay. This color is personally not for me, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people like this color. But you know me, I'm an American dude. I'm gonna like this black. So there's rumors that because LG's not going to release a G7 this year at MWC, it's gonna G7 has been delayed, and after that there might not be a V40. Like, we don't know. Because of that, the LG might instead be releasing this at MWC, like a different version of the V30. This unboxing is exactly the same as the previous unboxings I've done. So you have a B&O Play headphones. And this is a US/Korea plug. Actually, no, China/Korea plug. USB-C and all the ports. So that's it for the unboxing. This is the real unboxing right here. I couldn't tell if these flowers were real or not, but after touching them, okay. Is there anything more to peel? Nope. So let's power on the phone. So anyway, I like the LG V30 a lot because, first of all, look at these bezels. They're actually slimmer than the bezels on the Galaxy Note 8 by a lot. You know how right now all these Chinese phones, especially like the smaller brands like Meizu and all the other phones I review like Liegu, they're always advertising, oh, we have a new bezel-less phone, but the bezels are, even though they're small, they're actually not that small. Like on the OnePlus 5, it's still like up to here. Like, this is slim bezels. Like you put this next to a OnePlus 5 or the new Meizu M6S, and those phones' bezels are noticeably bigger. I mean, the bezels on this is a lot smaller than on the Huawei Mate 10 Pro and the Galaxy Note 8 too. So this and the iPhone 10 are the two kind of true bezel-less phones, in my opinion. And so let's get back to about LG. So it sucks that they're not going to release phones regularly anymore, but they had no choice because they've been losing like hundreds of millions of dollars every quarter, like 11 straight losing quarters. So that's like two and a half years, I think. And it's really sad. Even though LG is not faultless, they have to take blame for the LG G5, which the modularity was it's kind of like a bad gamble they took. And the LG G4 had boot loop problems. Like the motherboard would just die on you. That actually happened to me once too. And if you know from all the comments I read, it happened quite often. So LG really messed up with the G4 and G5. They have to take the blame, but you can't deny that they really knocked it out of the park. They did a great job with the G2, G3, and the G6, and not to mention the V10, V20, and V30. The G3 actually was like a pioneer. If you look at pictures of the G3 now, look at how slim the bezels are at the top and bottom. It actually compares well with the phones today. Like in 2017, all these phones made the jump to slimmer bezels and moving the fingerprint reader home button to the back of the phone, so then the front of the phone is all face, and people were calling that like the new 2017 trend. But LG actually did that in 2014 with the LG G3. Like, I love that phone. That was the phone that made me switch to Android, because before that I was previously an iPhone user, and in 2014 I remember I switched to I was on the iPhone 5, I jumped to the iPhone 6 Plus, because I wanted the bigger screen. And then when I got the phone, I was like, this thing is ridiculously huge. Like, it's stupid. Like, I can't use the phone this big. And then my friend, Victor Chi, he had an LG G3. He was like, hey, look at my phone. It's the same screen size, 5.5 inch on both phones, except the LG G3 was like 25% smaller than the iPhone 6 Plus. So at that point, I was like, all right, fuck that. I'm taking the smaller phone with the same screen size. So I switched to Android, and I've never looked back since. Other than like the 1 month I was using the iPhone 10, I've never liked using an iPhone again. Or if you look at the LG G6, that phone also set the trend for all the smartphones of today. Because, you know, every phone today now has that 18:9 screen aspect ratio. Screen display used to be 16:9 on older smartphones, but now every phone has 18:9, and every phone has that kind of slimish bezels. And what was the first phone that did this? LG G6. Technically, the Galaxy S8 came around the same time, but the G6 was announced, I think, 2-3 weeks before the Galaxy S8, and the G6 hit the streets earlier too. So the G6 is technically the first phone to do 18:9 aspect ratio with slim bezels, and now every phone does that. So this is a trend that, you know, you gotta give credit to Samsung too. So this is a trend that LG and Samsung set, that everybody else copied. Everybody took it, you know. But, you know, if you read mainstream US reviews, all they will do is credit Samsung for this trend, like, and leave out LG. When LG was the first to do 18:9, first to do dual cameras. The G5 had dual cameras before every other phone. And then, you know, and the G3, first to have like that all screen front with like nothing up front. So these are trends that LG set with the phones that I don't think they get enough credit. So as I mentioned in my other V30 video, there are a lot of features of LG phones that I really like that I think a lot of reviewers don't give them credit for. So one of them is the knock code. Like, I really like being able to turn on, like, unlock your phone by just tapping anywhere on the screen. This is a lot faster than a pin, because, let me show you really quick. So this is the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. Let's say I want to unlock the phone. The fingerprint reader's on the back, but let's say I have the phone on my desk, I'm working, and I need to just unlock the phone really quick. There's no double tap to wake or anything, so I have to press a button, press the power button, swipe on it, and then I have to input the pin. Hold on, I can't show you my pin. So I have to input the pin, and, you know, because the number pad is relatively small, I have to look at the phone to do this. I can't just put it in the pin without looking at the screen. So all this takes away from the work I'm doing. It's like 3 seconds of my attention, right? 3 or 4 seconds of my attention. It doesn't sound like a lot, but imagine having to do this like 80 times a day during work. With LG phones, I just and then it unlocks. And I can do this without looking at the phone because it works on any part of the screen. So I can do it up top, I can do it at the bottom, I can do it anywhere. I love that. So if you look at the iPhone 10, same thing. If you want to unlock your phone, you have to reach over to unlock your face, or if you can't do that, then you have to swipe, and then you have to wait. Hold up. You have to swipe, and then you have to wait for the face to stop scanning, and then input your PIN. So it just takes a lot of time again. So that's one feature that's very useful that I think no reviewers mentioned. Like they just always kind of criticize LG without mentioning that these features are kind of awesome. And the wide angle lens, again, it's very useful to me, especially when I travel, because you can shoot photos of architecture. Like, you just get a lot more in the frame. I don't know why some of the American tech reviewers, like usually the dudes from The Verge, like they're like snarky as hell, man. Like these hipster, like freaking bros. So I went to Shanghai recently and check out these photos I took with the wide angle lens. Like these shots are not possible with any other phone. Like it's a more dynamic angle, and you get to get more of the city. Like, so I was trying to take a picture of this hotel, standing right outside the hotel, and I could only take this with the wide angle lens. Like any other phone, it would have been too close. It would have just been like right into. It would have just been right at the door. Now same here. So I was standing right outside these two stores, and I was able to capture a picture of both the ramen shop and this Shanghai noodle joint, which was bomb. If you're using a normal phone, it would have to be like really up close. Like you wouldn't be able to get both unless I step onto the street. And you know, if you're familiar with news in China, you don't want to step on the street, man. You're gonna get hit by a car, and then like they will just run your ass over and shit. So that's just two areas that I like a lot: the wide angle lens and the tap code. And LG software, I actually liked LG software more on the V10 and G5. I don't like what they on the G4 and the V10. I don't like what they did since the G5 when they took away the app launcher and they made like Nova launcher doesn't work that well with this phone. I have Nova launcher on it right now, and you notice I can't double tap to lock anymore. I have to do it at the top. That's a bug from Nova. So YouTube viewers, please understand that I've tried this like 1,000 times. So don't be like, oh, you just have to double tap on the screen. Like I know that, okay? It doesn't work on LG phones. It works on every other phone. So on my Huawei Mate 10 Pro, I'm able to double tap to lock the phone because I have Nova launcher on there. So Nova doesn't work quite fully with LG software. That's about one of the things that annoys me the most. Other than that, I think the LG V30 it's excellent. You put this phone side by side with an iPhone 10, which I think looks damn impressive, and I think both phones look very similar. Like LG's hardware can definitely go toe to toe with the iPhone 10. So now the V30 got a lot of flack for supposedly like a poor OLED display, you know, with the blue shift. So we'll go on the white right now. So yeah, there's a little bit of it, but you'll also see this on Samsung phones too. Not as bad, but you'll see on Samsung phones. So if you really are picky about screen display technology, okay, I can see why this is bad, but doesn't really matter that much to me. It's a little bit of a shift. You gotta give credit to Apple though. Apple's OLED display doesn't have any of this, but on Samsung phones you'll definitely see this too. Because I have a Samsung phone too, so that's the thing. When I talk on these phones, I feel like I can say it because I literally have all these phones on me. I have like 6-7 phones on me. But if you read like this like reporter from like the San Francisco Mercury or something, it's like all you use is an iPhone, man. Like of course if you review a Samsung, you're gonna complain about like Android being complicated because you use an iPhone like 364 days of the year. Whereas me, I switch between phones like every week. Like I'm crazy like that. So okay, anyway, so this is the Raspberry Rose version of LG V30. I'm not sure where this is going on sale, when this is going on sale, but LG launched this at CES, and there's a rumor they might launch something another variant at MWC, because there won't be a LG G7 there. LG told me that there is going to be a G7, but it's going to be later. They have to fine-tune some of the products. And then after the LG G7, that's it. We don't know when the next LG phone's going to come out. There might not be a V40 at, you know, at the end of this year, which is unfortunate because this phone is damn good, man. And I'm not saying this just because LG sent me some free shit. If you check my previous work stuff, I've been an LG fan since before I started all this like YouTubing tech reviewer stuff. So I was a fan of LG first, and then LG and I developed a working relationship. It worked in that order. Okay, thanks for watching.